Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here, and today I've got another episode of my AC Milan Let's Play in Football Manager 2013, and some big news and some updates as well. I'm going to stop doing every single match. Maybe I'll play through a month, then do an update, and also I may not even be. Well, I'll do some matches occasionally live, but on occasions I might just do an update of what's happening, because people seem, at least what I've noticed from comments, people really, they don't care as much for seeing every single match like a FIFA career would be. Football Manager, it seems more people want to see how you develop a team and just the overall results, because obviously the gameplay isn't like fantastic and it definitely can be improved. So at least that's what I think. But please leave in your comments what do you like seeing most from Football Manager series, not just myself. Obviously, if you watch other people as well, what do you enjoy the most? So I can basically do that. But today, that's why I've skipped a few matches until now. You'll see that in a second. But right now, like in this episode, there won't be a live match. So, yeah, I'll just show you. Basically, you can see it right here. I'm sure you read it already. I'm on the verge of getting sacked. And according to the Italian Football Chronicle, if I get a bad result, obviously I played this match already. You'll see a result in the second. But if I did get a bad result against PSG, I would be fired. And I've never been fired. But it's been really hard with AC Milan. Because of injuries and that kind of thing. But I'm not using that as an excuse, but I've never been fired, and I definitely want to try and keep that. And it'll be a bit awkward. If I do get fired, what would happen to the series? That's the kind of thing I'm a bit worried about. And as you can see, my fans were confident, and you see here we were favourites. We were quite really clearly favourites there. I'm not really sure, because we came a draw against PSG in the away match against them. I'm not really sure. They have a very good team. If you look at the value of their team. Okay, Ibrahimovic. Oh, yeah, just because he's an older player. The older players, obviously, their value is lower. But really, apart from Thiago Silva, Lavezzi, Ibrahimovic, the rest of the players aren't amazing. That's the thing. Oh, you got some like Pastore. He's alright. But the rest, it's a really mixed team. And it just shows that's what happens when you a team with lots of money. You buy so much players and it takes time to gel. But right here, you can see what happens. Obviously, Ibrahimovic. If you like when you play PSG, if you can contain Ibrahimovic somehow, it will go a long way to winning. But here we won the match. You can see it says here, and we got the money for that. Quality of the finishing was the difference. And yeah, I just want to show you something in a second. But for now, you see Robinho, he scored the goal, and you see Pizzini as well. I think I'll show you the goals, but just. Robinho, he was one of the key players. He's back from injury, even though we still have lots of injuries. I'll just show you the tactics right now. What's the main... Look at all these injuries here. We're always having so many injuries. In the off-season, I might look to bring in some new coaches, even though I've got the director of football on that, like I mentioned previously. But yeah, I'll show you the result of the match. I might do this as well. Instead of doing the live matches, I might just do a review of everything. Instead of doing a live match, I'll just see what is best to do, and yeah, hopefully you like it anyway. I'll just show you both the goals in the match. The only thing, if I view the goals, it just generates this match report. That would be the only annoying thing, but I suppose I can just talk about the month or however long since the last episode I did. But yeah, leave your comments if you would like it like this. I'll review each game instead of doing them live, but I don't know, people might like live matches. It's really hard to get like both of the things. But obviously, yeah, it's hard because I don't know because some people would want live matches and some people want other things, so it's really hard to get the best. I suppose to do what will be best for myself to enjoy it, I guess. That would be best. But the first goal here, I'm not sure if you can see where the time is. Down here, like in the 18th minute. Obviously, they had a chance here, but again, Boateng on that occasion, he made the interception in midfield, and then Balotelli, I'm trying to get him back in. I really don't want to sell him for one reason, because he's in like the thumbnail of the actual, for the video, so I'm probably not going to sell Balotelli and all the other key players, those three. But anyway, you see Robinho just fell to him. I suppose you could call that a lucky goal. But yeah, it was all down to the good positioning and all that kind of thing, and which created a lot of chances. And here's one of those other chances. Paredes put the ball in from the free kick. And that's one thing I've noticed from set pieces. More so from the free kicks. The player always seems to have a shot at goal instead of trying to put it in for one of the tall players like the centre-backs and that. So I'm not sure what you can do if you can somehow fix that. But there you see Robinho. He crossed it in for Pizzini and we scored the second on that occasion. So there was the 2-0 win. Very happy because, if I lost, I could have got fired. So it was a very crucial match. And you can see here we had, 9 shots on target to 3 and 3 clear-cut chances. And there's a big controversial thing about this. I was really not confident. If you look here, after the Sassuolo match I did last, I actually recorded Udinese for this episode, but then I decided to play more into it and to get through the season more, because I definitely want to play lots of seasons, and I'm sure people would rather see that than see every single match, hopefully anyway. And yeah, at least before the PSG one, we had a lot of bad results, especially 3 losses, but one against Real Madrid playing away. You probably expect that. Napoli, that was one I was very disappointed with, but we had Didac Villa getting injured. So I always get players injured, and that disrupts your team because you're confident with the lineup you go with, and then someone gets injured. Then Verona, we got a red card, so we lost that 2-0, and the red card definitely, when you get a red card, it basically ruins your formation, and you don't play the way you want to, because especially with one of your midfielders gone, and you can't really replace that midfield unless you sacrifice a striker, which I didn't want to do. I just basically took the defensive mid off and played with 2 centre mids, and yeah, just really, especially playing away, it really just it ruined our chances of getting any result from that. So that was really disappointing and made my board confidence insecure, and I have to really get that back. And the morale was down as well. So both of those things it just wasn't happening right. And look at all these yellow cards I'm getting. I think my players are really frustrated, especially this match. It was definitely a frustrating match against Sampdoria, because we were playing at home and expecting to win, and you can see with the yellow cards, a lot of my players were frustrated, along with myself. But if you look here against PSG, no yellow cards. You can just see the difference there. We were happy with our performance, and yeah, that's basically the description of the match. We were doing well, and actually, I believe after that match, I did a team meeting, and obviously that worked well, and my morale of my players is okay, but I'm sure you can tell if I go to tactics, so I'm not lying or anything, you can tell a lot of my players have that fairly poor morale, which is still going to make it hard, but you can see the difference there. The players that started the last match got the good morale, so that's basically proof of it. And yeah, the only reason why I'm in two minds about just not playing a lot of matches off screen, not actually showing you a lot of them, because if I obviously go on a long winning, if I win so many matches in a row, people might think I'm reloading the game if I lose, but yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would rather delete all my videos than cheat in the game, because when I do that, if I ever do that, I lose the motivation, and the save is not fun for me anymore. So that's basically that. And yeah, we got the result of PSG, and I guess I'll show you the board confidence as well, to really confirm that. You saw the message anyway saying we had to win. I'm still insecure, so I still have to get wins, but board promises is going pretty well. But the competitions is probably, what does it say here? The minimum expectation is the team challenge for the title this season, and the board are disappointed that the team is currently only on course to achieve a respectable league position. Okay, you would think respectable league position means mid-table, but look at this right now. We're 5th. Wouldn't you think that's challenging for the title? I suppose Inter has kind of broken away, but we're only 3 points away from Napoli, and so yeah, I don't think we are in the title challenge, even though we're 7 points behind and 1 less game played than Inter, or 1 more game played. I still think we have a slight chance. We're definitely not out. So I think that's a bit wrong, but leave your comments. To me, a respectable league position, I've always understood that's mid-table. So yeah, that's definitely not the case. We're still in for the challenge for the title this season, in my opinion. But I'll look to do well in the Cup, and obviously the Europa League as well, because we qualify for that for coming 3rd in the group stages. And it's a bit interesting. Look here, I'll just go through an overview of this. I was really happy with my start. Balotelli, he did well. Real Madrid, obviously a tough match, but then you see PSG, they just did I'll just focus on my one, and you see there against PSG away, we picked up the point, which was very good. It actually could have been very different, but Dortmund were pretty much unstoppable. Their team is really good now. Obviously increased attributes due to their real life performances. And you see Real Madrid, they win against them. AC Milan, we scored the 2 first goals in that match there. It could have been way different if you picked up a win there. It will be a 6-point difference in between us and Dortmund. Obviously if we picked up the points from there, we would have had an extra 3, and they would have had 3 less. So that would have made the games more interesting, and I probably wouldn't have gave up in this stage, or it would have been the match after, I guess. Yeah, in the Real Madrid match, I would have made this match more important against Dortmund. Maybe pick up a draw, and then the Real Madrid match. Who knows? I just put a lot of younger players, not a lot, but quite a few, and yeah, players that needed some fitness in that because I knew we couldn't make it. So that was the reasoning behind that. But of course, Dortmund did well, but we finished in third. So that last match was really important to get. So we're actually Europa League. So I reckon we have a good chance to win the Europa League. I think we definitely have good players like for that level. And yeah, definitely that would be a big thing I want to win, or at least go far, so I keep my confidence up from the board. And I'll just, but the big thing here, this is not good really. My position is insecure, and next up in the league, obviously we've got Padova in the cup, but don't worry about them. The next three matches in the league are Roma, Inter, and Juventus. So we've got tough teams to play against, so it's going to be hard, and there is a really real possibility if I lose all of those three matches, I could get fired, and that's never happened to me in the game. So I'm really interested to see what happens. But I definitely think we're still within the title chase, and I suppose the only good thing is I want to play against the teams that are close to me, so I can pick the points from them. So you've got Roma, Inter, and Juventus. So if you check out the league, where's Roma? Roma are just below us. If they win, that could be crucial, but also Juventus and Inter. So they're near the top, and I definitely want to get wins against them. And to get the league, you have to beat the best team. So definitely want to do that. And yeah, for that reason, to still be in the chase for the title, but also not to get fired. So some important matches coming. So yeah, leave in your comments if you. That's why I think there's a lot of important matches, and leave in your comments what you think will be. I'll probably don't do the Roma one, and Padova obviously maybe play the Inter one because that's very crucial, especially if you don't get the result against Roma. And then maybe I'll do a double upload. I'll do Inter and Juventus in the same one, but it is 6 days apart, so it may be a bit longer. I'm not sure. I'll just see what is best to do, and I'll leave it at that for now. Going close to January, I'm looking to. I'm gonna change up the team because I definitely want to play with wingers, but right now I'm playing like Balotelli on the left side because Al Shaarawy's injured, and Niang, he's even a striker. He's not natural as a winger, so we need to really make some good signings over the off season to change it up. And I'll show you probably a list of players I'm looking to sell. I'll list by age so I can kind of gauge it. I'll leave these players here. Zaccardo, I'm going to look to sell. So Zaccardo's 1. Who else is there? Antonini, that's 2. I'm looking to sell. Civilli, 3 players. Robinho, he's like 50-50, but he scored that good goal, so that makes him in my good books, at least for now. Flamini as well, so that's about 4. Pizzini, I don't know, he's been doing well, so I suppose I should just leave him for now, but Balotelli is obviously the guy I want to go with. For that, Montari, I'm not really sure. Just got to see how he does when he comes back from injury. You got Montalivo, yeah. Zapata, I don't know. I don't really like him, so I'm probably going to look to sell him. So that's about 5 now. Constant as well. He's 10 passing. I've always mentioned that. He's not very good, so that's about 6. Strasser, I don't know. Maybe he could be like just good for a backup. It just depends what he wants in the team. So yeah, that's about 6 players I'm probably going to look to let go in the first team at least. And ideally, I probably want to try and get 15 million. I know a lot of them are low valued. And obviously the money we get, and I'll try and reinforce. And that's one thing I want to showcase a lot in my videos, how I build a squad, and yeah, how I keep, like to play for injuries, like to not play for injuries, how do I say, to really make sure if we do get those injuries, have the good backup players to come in and do the job. Obviously we've got a couple players coming in for fairly cheap. Simon Tibeling, he's a centre mid, or it says he's defensive mid naturally, but he's very good technically, so he's someone for the future, but I do need to bring in players that can do the job straight away. Marco Capuano from Pescara, obviously he's a younger player, but he's still he's not too young, he's 21, so that's when he's expecting just to start to become a good player, so he's a very good signing in my opinion. He'll come in as a centre-back, but also I'll be looking to sign maybe 2 experienced players. That's the thing I'm going to change. I've always signed young players, not just in this save, I mean always in Football Manager, because I like to build for the future, but I'm going to try something different. I'm going to focus on my own regen, like with the youth intake for the future, and then for the actual spending the transfer budget, I'm going to focus that at players that can do the job already. Like in my saves, I've never really signed experienced players like over 28. I think they're too old because they don't have much years in them. So that's why I wouldn't. But if you look at the results, where am I right now? I'll probably have to go to tactics so you can see like the average rating and all that kind of thing. If I go average rating, apart from Vigueira, most of my best players are experienced players. You got Mexes, 30 years of age. You got Nocerino. How old is he? He's 27, so around that age I'll be looking for experience. Pizzini, older type player. Like I said, just these different ones. Zapata, I suppose he's done okay. Constant, he's done okay in his rating. So a lot of these experienced players are doing well. So that's basically what I mean. I'll be looking to sign some experienced players. And just for example, I'll just go for a quick search here. I was just checking out before like I made the video. And we'll see if it decides to load here. Yeah, transfer listed players. Okay, press cancel on that. But if I look at someone here, I'm not really sure who to go for. I'm just trying to find a quick example. But there isn't like amazing players here. But just say Mark Gonzalez. Like, he's a winger. He's someone I would need. But obviously there'll be different transfer listed players going into the second season. So I'll leave it at that for now. I was just looking at all these different like prospects here I could bring in, but a lot of them they're low valued. But if I take off the transfer list, I'll look to sign players that obviously there's not amazing players on the transfer list. So maybe I'll go around this area, try and find like specifically in the formation or the position, I should say. I'm just trying to find someone quick to show you an example. Like this guy, I'm not sure how to say his name. I'm not going to attempt it. But anyway, someone like him, but he's not great. So he's not a good example. Anyone else? I'm just trying to find a good example so I can show you. Who's Sosa? This guy, I know he used to play for Bayern Munich, I believe. And who else? Diego Perotti. This guy's a good example. I suppose he's a bit younger, but he seems he'll be a good signing because he can play out wide on the left. Very good winger with dribbling and that kind of thing. So, definitely a winger is going to be on the cards because I think we're a bit short of wingers right now, especially playing this formation because we like playing Balotelli wide and guys like Niang when they're actually strikers. So, and they're not natural as wingers, they're natural as strikers. So that's definitely something I'll look at. Maybe I'll have to sell. I'm not going to sell Balotelli or Niang. They're going to be the strikers for the future. So that's position. And I just have to sign those extra players. But I'll leave it that for now. This is the update video. And so leave in your comments if you like this kind of update where I show some results and some other goings on with transfers and just different things with my team. And it's a bit different, I guess, to what I've done already in this series, but I'll leave it at that for now. Leave your comments on everything I said in this video, and leave a like. Like if you want to see the next episode, just leave in the comments or leave a like, and I may do like a double upload, but obviously not yet. Not of this episode because I still want to see not in this series. Like maybe for a day or so. I just want to see in the comments what people want to see and that kind of thing. So leave your comments, and I'll see you guys next time with the next episode, and hopefully do get some good results against Roma, Inter, and Juventus. Who knows? They're very big important in the league. And it could turn around. We could play ourselves into a good chance to win the title, or I could be in really big trouble to get fired. But like I said, I'll leave it that for now. And I'll see you guys next time with the next episode.